Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to our channel, where we offer useful spiritual insights to help you navigate your twin flame journey. The journey with a twin flame is unlike any other relationship. It transcends the ordinary bounds of romantic love, reaching into the depths of spiritual connection, self-discovery, and cosmic unity. When you encounter your twin flame, it often feels like you've met the other half of your soul, someone who mirrors your innermost being and brings forth a profound sense of purpose. Twin flames are catalysts for transformation, pushing each other to grow spiritually and emotionally in ways that few other relationships can. But what happens when this sacred connection ends or enters a period of separation? How do you continue your path of love after having experienced something so all-encompassing? For many, the idea of dating after a twin flame can feel intimidating, even impossible. How could anyone compare to a connection that felt so destined, so integral to your soul's evolution? Yet life continues, and with it, the opportunity to explore new forms of love and companionship. Dating after a twin flame is not about replacing that profound bond, but about navigating new relationships with the wisdom, growth, and healing you've acquired from the experience. In today's video, we will talk about the emotional, spiritual, and practical aspects of dating after a twin flame. Each step of the process holds its own lessons and opportunities for healing and growth as you learn to embrace the unknown and open yourself up to new possibilities. Before you begin to consider dating after a twin flame connection, it's important to have a clear understanding of what that relationship represented in your life. A twin flame relationship is often described as the most intense, spiritually significant connection a person can experience. Twin flames are believed to be two halves of the same soul, destined to meet and catalyze each other's spiritual awakening. This is marked by deep love, but it can also be tumultuous, triggering old wounds, fears, and insecurities that are buried deep within the soul. The twin flame journey is often one of push and pull, where periods of harmony are followed by phases of separation. These separations, while painful, are part of the process, giving each individual time to work on themselves and their own spiritual growth. Unlike traditional relationships, which often focus on companionship and emotional fulfillment, twin flame connections are geared towards spiritual ascension and personal transformation. This unique dynamic is what makes twin flame relationships feel so irreplaceable. The bond is not just emotional or physical, it's spiritual. When you've experienced a love so intertwined with your soul's evolution, the idea of dating again may seem trivial or even futile. However, it's important to remember that while your twin flame journey is profound, it is not the only type of love you are capable of experiencing. There is beauty in exploring new relationships, and while they may be different from the twin flame connection, they can still bring joy, companionship, and growth. Dating after a twin flame separation can stir a whirlwind of emotions. You may feel a lingering sense of attachment to your twin flame, a longing for the connection you once shared. It's not uncommon to have moments where you wonder if you'll ever be able to love someone else with the same intensity. There may be times when the idea of dating seems unappealing, as if no one else could ever measure up to the spiritual depth of your twin flame. These emotions are completely natural and part of the healing process. It's important to allow yourself to feel the grief, confusion, and even resistance to dating again. Rushing into new relationships before you fully process the emotional impact of your twin flame separation can lead to further heartache. This is why it's essential to take your time, honoring the emotional complexity of this transition. It's also important to recognize that dating after a twin flame is not about recreating that same intensity. Twin flame connections are unique, and no other relationship will mirror that experience exactly. But that doesn't mean new relationships are any less valuable. In fact, dating someone new can offer you a sense of stability and peace that may have been lacking in your twin flame dynamic. While twin flame connections are often marked by turbulence and emotional upheaval, post-twin flame relationships can be more balanced, helping you to cultivate a grounded, peaceful sense of love. Allow yourself to be open to these new emotional landscapes, and remember that love can take many forms. Each relationship you enter moving forward is an opportunity to experience different facets of love, all of which contribute to your growth and happiness. One of the most important steps before dating again after a twin flame separation is to focus on your own healing. The intensity of the twin flame connection can leave you feeling emotionally raw, as if parts of your soul were laid bare. Before you can fully open yourself to new love, it's vital to address the emotional wounds that may still linger from your twin flame journey. Healing from a twin flame separation doesn't mean completely erasing the connection from your life. Instead, it's about integrating the lessons and growth that came from that relationship, allowing them to shape you into a more evolved version of yourself. This might involve deep introspection, meditation, or other spiritual practices that help you process the emotions tied to your twin flame. For some, it may mean seeking support from a spiritual counselor or therapist who understands the dynamics of twin flame relationships. During this healing process, it's important to reclaim your sense of self. Twin flame connections can sometimes blur the boundaries between your identity and your partner's, making it difficult to remember who you are outside of the relationship. By reconnecting with your own inner being, your passions, and your personal goals, you strengthen your sense of wholeness. This, in turn, allows you to enter new relationships from a place of completeness, rather than looking for someone to fill the gaps left by your twin flame. Only when you feel emotionally whole should you consider opening yourself to new romantic possibilities. A healed heart will attract relationships that are healthier, more balanced, and aligned with your current spiritual path. One of the biggest hurdles when dating after a twin flame experience is the tendency to compare new partners to your twin flame. This is natural, given the intensity and depth of the connection you shared with your twin flame. However, comparison can be detrimental to new relationships, creating an impossible standard for others to live up to. It's important to understand that each relationship is unique. Your twin flame connection was significant in its own right, but that doesn't mean it's the only kind of love you're capable of experiencing. Instead of seeking someone who mirrors your twin flame, try to approach new relationships with a sense of openness and curiosity. What can this new person bring to your life that's different? How can this relationship offer new lessons, joys, and experiences? Letting go of the need for comparison doesn't mean devaluing the twin flame connection. Rather, it's about recognizing that love can manifest in different ways. Some relationships may offer emotional stability, while others provide a sense of companionship and partnership. These experiences are all valuable in their own right, and they deserve to be appreciated without the shadow of comparison hanging over them. To move forward, it's helpful to shift your perspective on love. Instead of viewing your twin flame as the pinnacle of romantic experience, see it as one chapter in your life's journey. By embracing the idea that love is multifaceted, you allow yourself to fully engage with new partners without the weight of expectation or comparison. After a twin flame separation, it's common to feel as though a part of you is missing. Twin flames often mirror each other so deeply that it can be difficult to distinguish where one ends and the other begins. This mirroring effect can make it challenging to reclaim your own identity after separation. However, dating after a twin flame offers a unique opportunity to rediscover yourself, your likes, dislikes, desires, and aspirations outside of that connection. Reclaiming your identity is a powerful act of self-love. Before you can fully engage in new relationships, it's essential to get back in touch with who you are at your core. What makes you feel alive? What passions or hobbies did you set aside during your twin flame journey that you can now rediscover? This period of self-exploration is crucial for entering new relationships from a place of strength and wholeness. When you've reconnected with your authentic self, you'll find that your interactions with others become more meaningful. You're no longer looking for someone to fill the void left by your twin flame. Instead, you're seeking a partner who complements your newfound sense of self. This is a powerful shift as it allows you to attract relationships that are aligned with your true essence, rather than those that are built on need or dependency. For many who have experienced a twin flame connection, the spiritual aspect of the relationship can feel overwhelming, almost overshadowing the human aspects of love. Twin flames often come together to ignite each other's spiritual growth, leading to deep revelations about the universe, love, and the self. However, while spiritual love is profound, it's also essential to embrace the more human aspects of love as you move forward in dating. Spiritual love and human love don't have to be mutually exclusive. In fact, they can coexist in a balanced way that allows you to experience the best of both worlds. As you date after a twin flame, you may be tempted to seek out partners who can provide the same level of spiritual connection. While it's wonderful to share a spiritual bond with someone, it's equally important to enjoy the human elements of a relationship: companionship, shared experiences, and emotional intimacy. Dating someone who doesn't share the same spiritual intensity as your twin flame doesn't diminish the value of the relationship. Human love offers its own beauty, rooted in the present moment and the simple joys of connection. By embracing both spiritual and human love, you open yourself up to a well-rounded, fulfilling experience of relationships. Dating after a twin flame separation is a journey of self-discovery, healing, and growth. It's not about finding someone to replace your twin flame, but about exploring new forms of love and connection that align with your current path. As you move forward, remember that each relationship holds its own unique value, offering lessons and experiences that contribute to your overall journey of love. Embrace the emotions that come with this transition and allow yourself the space to heal and reclaim your sense of self. Let go of the need for comparison and approach new relationships with openness and curiosity. As you do, you'll find that love, in all its forms, continues to enrich your life in unexpected and beautiful ways.